Alright, I'm back. Yeah, decided to take a little shorter one. Obviously, I don't need to snack on anything. Like I said before, I got packed with pizza. Did he say packed? Yes, he did. Not that kind of packed, though. Um, but yeah, but yeah, full of shit, basically. So I was like, fuck it, I'll just take 5 minutes to get up and stretch my legs a little bit. So yeah, we're back. Let's keep going. For at least another hour and a half or so. Tendrils of Intrigue. See where this goes. Captain Ilbert, your report, if you will. Aye, Commander. Firstly, with regard to the heretic we captured, I regret to say that the man could tell us naught that we did not already know of Shiva. Please warning. Okay. We have since handed him over to the Asgardian authorities. Henceforth, the Holy See will pursue the matter independently. Our inquiries concerning the Ivy, however, have proven more fruitful. We have ascertained the channel by which the heretics acquired their information on the shipment routes. Go on. You will recall the flame we first identified as being in the Ivy's employ. From him, we were able to trace a trail of conspirators, each taking us closer to his master. Alas, the trail came to an abrupt end. Fearing that the investigation had been compromised, we took the necessary step of detaining all suspected of conspiracy. There were 5 on our list, including a flame stationed at Revenant's Toll. The band's primary duty was to keep an inventory of donations from abroad, the particulars of which he would share with benefactors, thereby ensuring that needs did not go unfulfilled. By virtue of his role, he was privy to the details of all shipments bound for the settlement. Needless to say, that included those originating from House Forton. He knew the precise route the caravan would take, and he sold that information to a merchant. I think I can guess which one. None other. With a little encouragement, he soon confessed to knowingly aiding and abetting the heretics. A little encouragement, huh? Well, that is one mystery solved, at least. But what of the Ivy? Are we any closer to prizing off his mask? I dare say we are, Commander. Our relentless pursuit has forced him to commit a grave error. In a desperate bid to cover his tracks, the Ivy resorted to exercising certain administrative powers available only to high-ranking members of the Immortal Flames. If you consider then that our investigation is known to barely a handful of them, the field of suspects is greatly narrowed. You mean to say that the agent is among Raban's innermost circle? Someone who has been with him since the Immortal Flames establishment? Holy shit, that's pretty big. It is the most plausible explanation. The infiltration likely occurred during the company's founding, with the groundwork for the act being laid beforehand. To slip into a position of authority unremarked and remain above suspicion all these years. Aye, I too was surprised, though I really should not have been. Of the 3 grand companies, Uldaz was ever the more vulnerable to infiltration. Why would that be? Submitting, or being, the propensity to taking bribes and all that, or something else? Both Limsa Lominsa and Gridania had long-standing armed forces that lent themselves well to the formation of the Maelstrom and the Order of the Twin Adder. To all intents and purposes, it was the same people, loyal ones, mind, under the same leadership. Only the banner was different. Not so, the Flames. Uldaz's military was made up of disparate orders, most of which were glorified mercenary companies that answered only to their own paymasters, so yeah, I was right. Since they're more about the money, and it's a more recently founded thing made from ex-mercenaries, yeah, it's easier to slip in there. A little bit of money, a little bit of this and that, some favors, and there you go. They can infiltrate their ranks. Hardly an ideal environment in which to establish something as high-minded as a grand company. Yep. There you go. With money, it's easy to corrupt anyone. The difficulties Raban faced when founding the Immortal Flames are well known. Even after he had convinced his fellow syndicate members to share the cost, There remained the small matter of finding enough bodies to fill the ranks. Indeed, and given the pressing nature of the Imperial threat, that meant recruiting every passing sellsword. I think you can see the fucking Moogle in the background over there. The male Moogle. Amidst the chaos of its founding, it would have been child's play to infiltrate the company. A good deal easier than now, aye. The Immortal Flames have ever been caught between conflicting interests, the public and private. Thank you. Yeah, for pointing that out. There you go. Though the Monoterrists ultimately agreed to support the organization's founding, it was not out of charity that they did so, but some simple self-preservation. That's capitalism, yep. Had Neil Van Darnus' ambitions been any less apocalyptic, you may be sure that they would never have risked supplying Raban with an army. 'Tis but a wonder they did not attempt to extinguish the flames the moment the danger had passed. Returning to the present. Good point, though. Even as we speak, our Doman allies are shadowing several high-ranking flames, any one of whom could be the Ivy. Desiring to deal a blow against the Empire, the refugees were eager to lend us their aid. I expect to hear from them ere long. Very good. Pray continue your investigation with the first. Meanwhile, have the second attend to the unrest. Excuse me. The third can join the fourth in inspecting crystal shipments. If they notice anything unusual, I want to know about it. If Shiva is summoned in like manner to the other primals, the heretics will be looking for further supplies. Understood, Commander. I shall send word to Sir Emmerich informing him of our success in identifying the heretics' abettors. Hopefully the information will be of some use to the Asgardians. It is time, Commander. Yes, I am aware. An emergency council of the Alliance leadership has been called. There have been developments in Garlemald, it would seem. As commander of the Crystal Braves, my presence has been requested. I would have you accompany me, Leon, as always. As the realm's stoutest champion, 'tis only meet that you be present for the discussion. Oh, and the antecedent has already given her consent, lest you worry. Was I worried about Minfilia giving consent for me to go with you? No, not really. At this point, it still feels like you'd have more authority than her. Upon the honor of the Crystal Braves, I swear that I shall not rest until the Ivy is unmasked and in chains. Attaboy, Ilberd. We're counting on you, buddy. Like me, you are doubtless eager to conclude our business with Iceheart, but until another path to her sanctum is found, she will remain beyond our reach. Minfilia and the Archons are sparing no effort to secure an alternate route. Until such time as they succeed, I suggest we give some thought to the realm's other problems. I shall go on ahead to Gridania in readiness for the coming council. Meet me at Nelfica's altar, and we shall make our way to the Lotus Stand together. Go for it, dude. Alright, well, we're done skulking around for now, so let's go ahead and switch to our more casual outfit. Where is it? What's that one, but... Alright, I prefer the version without the glove for now. Alright, fuck it then, let's just use this. Unlike Raban, politics is not my cup of tea. While you and the commander attend the council, I will attend to some business of my own. Alright, you do that, buddy. My thanks for coming, Leon. When you are ready, speak with the conjurer yonder. She will show us to the Lotus Stand. The Alliance leaders await you at the Lotus Stand. Will you be joining them now? Yep. That's what I'm here for.
Change has come to the Garlean Empire, and we must discuss the implications.
The rumors are true, then? The War of Succession is ended?
It is. A new emperor reigns in Garlemald.
Who?
Time for a huge revelation. Who's the new leader of Garlemald?
The birth and all too rapid expansion of the Garlean Empire is commonly attributed to the strategic brilliance of Solus Zosgalvis. Yet he did not rule alone. Several members of the royal household also distinguished themselves during his reign. Nevertheless, it was the eldest son who stood to inherit the throne, until his most untimely passing.
I thought us fortunate when I learned that the Emperor had died without naming a successor.
Didn't make a difference, did it? Damn!
Would that the Garlean Empire had died with him.
Yeah, but that's naive to think that. Seems his son or whatever here didn't really like the old man, did he? Literally spat on his coffin.
'Twas the grandson and his uncle who had the strongest claims, was it not?
Indeed, yet claims count for little without the power to assert them. High Legatus Varus Ye Galvus is a respected military leader. Not so his uncle.
So young Varus has torn the crown from his uncle's grasp and taken his place at the head of the Empire.
Given the troubled nature of his succession, the new emperor will require time to seal his grip on power. Yet have no doubt but that he shall, for there are none left with strength enough to oppose him.
Since the success of Operation Archon, the remnants of the 14th Legion and the forces occupying Alamigo have done naught but fortify their positions. But you can be sure they'll be ready to march on us again, if their Emperor gives the word.
When, not if. They say this Varus was so set upon Eorzean annexation that he spoke out against the Meteor Project.
Plainly, the new emperor's intentions are of great concern to us all. I propose that we set aside the Cartano dispute for the present, and discuss what measures the Alliance might take to prepare for a resumption of hostilities with Garlemald. Moreover, I move that we re-examine the question of how our former allies in Ishgard might be persuaded to retake their place at our side. Could Eorzea but stand as one, 'twould deal a grave blow to our enemies' ambitions.
Well, I suppose we should be grateful that they have finally acknowledged the inevitability of Imperial attack. Who knows? They may even do something about it.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
If only the leaders of Ishgard would follow their example and stop hiding behind their gates, praying for the coming storm to pass them by. But that is a discussion for another time. At present, I am more concerned by the fact that the Alliance's mooted preparations will be made known to the Garleans many moons before their coming. So long as the Ivy eludes our grasp, no secret is safe.
If you're wondering why I made that face, it's because I saw off to the corner something was going on while Alfina was talking. With Robon and that chick that follows him, that assistant or whatever. I don't know what the hell she is. Forgot her name. I was like, oh, they were just talking, but it's just the sudden salute and walking off. It just kind of distracted my peripheral vision there. I was like, what the fuck's going on over there? It will not have escaped your notice that the nations of Eorzea are no nearer to being one purpose, despite their protestations to the contrary. Plainly, the threat of a resurgent Garlemald is not enough to stir them. And the reason for this? Deep-rooted mistrust amongst the citizenry. The nation's leaders can come to all the understandings they like, but their unity means little and less to the common folk. Take the Laminsons, for instance. Though Admiral Merylvid outlawed piracy over a decade ago, foreigners still picture the nation as a haven for grog-swilling wooden-legged cutthroats. And likewise, the Gridanians... Damn it! That's what I'm talking about, right? And likewise, the Gridanians are marked as hermits who talk to trees, and the Uldans scorned as swindlers who worship coin. Capitalists. Yeah, that's true. So it's Gridanians, tree huggers, Uldans, capitalists, Limsons, pirates that get drunk. Not that such sentiments are entirely without grounds, of course. Take that pillar of Uldan society, Teleji Adeleji, for example. But that is beside the point. The fact is that people are wary of outsiders, whether they have cause to be or not. On that basis, one could argue that the conflict at Cartano is a necessary evil. Let them let off steam, fighting each other, basically, in a civilized fashion. Each nation has its own warmongering faction that advocates the acquisition of Omega. In order to placate them, we present them something resembling warfare and thereby curb their appetite for full-scale conflict. We give them pretend war as a sport. The frontline PvP mode is what he's talking about. That's why I unlocked it and did it on stream. I told you, it ties into the lore quite a bit. Into the main story, I mean. Oh. But enough idle musing. Let us speak of a more pressing matter, the Ivy. Since we spoke at the Observatorium, Captain Ilbert has further shortened his list of suspects. And by happy coincidence, the one he deems the most likely candidate has lately come to Gridania. The hunt nears its end, Leon. All that remains is to corner our quarry. Seek out Ilbert near the Adder's Nest. He will give you the particulars. Should there be any developments in Perthos, you may be sure that I will send word without delay. In the meantime, I wish you success in apprehending the Ivy. Alright, Alfie. Wait, where the fuck is he then? Over here? Yeah. Alright, what's up, Ilbert? My thanks for coming, Scion. Doubtless the commander has informed you, but we have unmasked the Ivy. From this point on, we must proceed with extreme caution. So you know who it is now. Chasing Ivy. Lay it on me, Ilbert. Who's the culprit? Not yet. Listen well. The spy we have been seeking all this time is none other than Flame Marshal Aline Royale. Or Ryle, I think it is. Aline Ryle, Rabon's second in command. It was the chick we just saw at the altar with us? Her? Prior to joining the Immortal Flame, she was a mercenary of no small renown. They say her skill with a polearm had to be seen to be believed. Ah, a rival dragoon then, eh? Or Lancer, at least. Of Ishgardian birth, okay, then it's more likely, yeah. She is the highest-ranked foreigner in the Immortal Flames, barring the Flame General himself, of course. When he formed the Grand Company, Raban chose people based on their worth. Whence they hailed was of no interest. The Monetarist saw things differently, however. Having funded the enterprise, they reserved the right to reject candidates nominated for high-ranking positions. It was no secret that they did not favor foreigners. The Guardians especially after the way the Holy See forsook the Alliance. Yet the Monetarists did not raise so much as a murmur of protest when Ryle was appointed to her post. Passing strange, is it not? Could it be that the Ivy has some hold over the Monetarists? Oh. She almost saw us, man. Because you can always sense when someone's watching you. But these revelations are secondary to our current mission. Of foremost interest to us is Ryle's presence here now. As you may be aware, it is the duty of the Flame Marshal to command the Immortal Flames in the absence of the Flame General. While Raban attended the Council of Alliance Leaders, she should have remained in the Hall of Flames. Yeah, but it said she was here. The woman has no business being in Gridania, yet here she is nonetheless, on some pretense. She is up to something, mark my words. Man, I hope you're right about this, or we're about to fuck up bad. Even as we speak, I have a dozen men trawling the Flames' records for evidence of Ryle's guilt, but if we can catch her red-handed, we shall have all the proof we need. Which brings me to the plan. I have people watching the city gates, the airship landing, and the docks. Every point of egress. She cannot leave without our knowledge. All that remains is to shadow her until she betrays her true purpose. Can I rely upon your eyes, Scion? You can count on me, dude. We got this, Dylan. You have my thanks. Let us go then, and take care not to alert our quarry. You hear that? More stealth. You know what that means. I was born ready for stealth. Let's do this. Alright, lay it on me, man. What's our next move? Ryle is headed in the direction of the Blue Badger Gate. With me, Scion. Not up it though, right? Don't worry, I'm not gonna play this out tonight. We have more pressing matters to attend to. So, Ryle has entered the Carline Canopy. Meeting someone, perchance? Or could it be she means to board an airship? Damn, I gotta get a fucking haircut soon. Pray look for her within. If she is not on the upper floor, try the landing area below. One of mine is stationed there, and she may have seen something. Ephemi is her name. I shall remain here in case Ryle appears. I remember meeting her back at the Rising Stones, yeah. Leon Starcrest! Such an unexpected pleasure. What brings you here? A social visit, you say? How pleasant. No, she didn't come this way. I noted every passenger and none bore any resemblance. Well, don't let me keep you. I like the whispering. It's good. Oh right, I turned off that feature. I was like, why is he still walking with the shanks out? Meanwhile, I'm still invisible as shit. Nowhere to be seen, you say? And you are sure she did not board an airship? She did not come back out, either. Where in the seven hells could she have gone? The Roost! How could I forget? Yeah, into one of the hotel rooms. The inn of Gridania is called the Roost, so she went into an inn. Room. Greetings, good sir. Might I interest you in some Muntai tonic? A cup a day imbues a man with great vigor, if you take my meaning. Okay, he just made this too easy. Great vigor. That kind of vigor, I think he means. Perhaps another time, friend. Wait. That necklace. You are a shinobi of Doma. The woman you seek has left Gridania by way of West Shore Pier. She was attired as a merchant, but these eyes are not so easily deceived. Oh, shit! A fellow ninja! You may wish to take your search to the East Shroud. Rest assured that we shall continue to support you from the shadows. It helps to have ninjas on your side, huh? Good thing we took them into Revenant's Toll. Thank the 12 for the Domans. Were it not for their unique talents, Ryle would have disappeared without a trace. I learned from the best, yo. In flagrant delicto. Our hunt leads us to the East Shroud, Scion. I suggest we follow Ryle's example and take the ferry from West Shore Pier. You'll doubtless wish to make certain preparations. See to them while I go on ahead. I shall wait for you at Sweet Bloom Pier. Okay. Let's get over there. Alright, man. Let's do this shit. I'm ready for this stealth ops. This way, my friends. Oh! The big lady's here! The main ninja herself. Your quarry makes for the Hawthorne Hut. If Ryle is truly the one we seek, we can expect that she means to make contact with her Garlean masters there. An explanation is in order. You are no doubt aware that the Garleans have their own method of communicating over great distances. Well, our ingenious friends at Garland Ironworks have provided us with devices which disrupt these communications, and we've installed them around the city-states. In so doing, we have made it difficult for Imperial agents to correspond with their masters. Ryle would thus have no choice but to rendezvous with her Imperial contact directly. Yet, as a well-known face in the Immortal Flames, she cannot move about Thanlin without being recognized. It would only be a matter of time before someone saw through her disguise. It is for this reason, I believe, that she has chosen the Black Shroud for her clandestine meeting. The Elizin are a common sight here, and her comings and goings are not like to turn any heads. True enough. As my scouts tell it, the Garleans have sent agents with a mind to destroy the devices and render such direct contact unnecessary. Fortunately, our shinobi have thus far been successful in rebuffing their efforts. This is it. We need only make for Hawthorne's hut and catch Ryle in the act. Well, a bunch of ninjas are under your command, Ilberd. We'll get her. Is this guy in the middle of guiding... whatever the... He's in the middle of that quest where you have to guide the Moogle to over here or whatever. For to unlock the King Malamog file or whatever. That part of MSQ. I like how, to avoid spoilers, they just named the Moogle Tremeluous or whatever it's called, instead of his actual name when you're doing it, which is Kuplokop, right? Or was it a different one? I can't remember. You see his name, but any other players will just see it as a descriptor, like something Moogle it said, to avoid spoilers for other players. I like how Square Enix thought of that, or designed it. It's pretty good. If Ryle was here, she is no more. We have no choice but to continue the pursuit. Alright, Yugri, where to? My people report that our quarry has departed for the Bramble Patch. The ivy returns to the gnarls whence she came. But perhaps it is all for the better. I like it. Nice poetry there, Hilbert. To convict someone of her standing will require damning evidence against her. What could be better than to catch her in the act when she meets with her Garlean masters? My countrymen and I shall lie in wait in the shadows. Tread warily, my friends. shit, here we go. Just beyond, Ryle is in conversation with an individual clad in the manner of an adventurer. An Imperial intermediary, no doubt. This is it. With me. Flame Marshal Aline Ryle, you are under arrest for treason and espionage. You were followed, you bloody fool! And that just gave it away. Dumbass. Ah, he's got a Garlean shield too. That gives it away even more. Damnation! You're not getting away from me. Oh! Surrounded by ninjas. You're finished. That's right. No need to get shanked. Just come quietly, I mean. You are unarmed, my lady, and scarcely garbed for battle. But if you wish to fight, you are welcome to try. I got shanks too. What is the meaning of this, Captain? Would you arrest me for strolling in the Twelvewood? When last I looked, that was no crime, and neither was conversing with passing strangers. You would feign ignorance, then? Very well. If you do think of something to say, there will be plenty of time to say it later. Now come quietly, or I shall make you wish you had. Oh! Savage, dude. Ilbert is merciless. I will offer you no struggle. After all, I have naught to hide. Sure about that. That look. The two suspects being cordoned off by one soldier, the Crystal Brave, you know, Ilbert right there with that uniform, and the rest of us are all ninjas. A soldier and a bunch of ninjas escorting two captives. Like, the fuck? What a weird looking group. Even a warrior of Ryle's renown could not have hoped to escape by force. Despite her claims, her surrender does not bespeak innocence, but an awareness that her position is untenable. With the ivy thus uprooted, it is to be hoped that the tendrils she entwined around the immortal flames will gradually wither and die. Mayhap then the people of Ul'dah will have the grand company they deserve. But let us speak of the present. If I may ask, what will you do now, Leon? Go back to the Rising Stones like I always do? So, the Scions seek a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Oh yeah, that too, sorry about that. Then I dare say you are eager to return to the Rising Stones. Yes, I just said that. So okay, so I was half right about what Leon just said. Pray do not let me keep you. Fear not, my countrymen and I shall tend to the aftermath. You need not waste your talents here. And speaking of talents, you have been training in the art of the shinobi, have you not? The change in your bearing is quite evident, to me at least. I look forward to seeing you in action. Till next time, my friend. That's why I'm wearing a ninja outfit. I'm one of you now, you agree? So if you do this quest without having unlocked ninja, she'll instead encourage you to do it. Because she says the way you tailed Ryle just now with Ilbert and everything, she sees that there's potential for you to be a sneaky little fuck with two shanks. Like this. You see what I'm saying? But if you're a ninja already, she'll say that instead. Again, that's kind of what made me happier that I actually unlocked ninja before this. I like the music, what can I say? Alright, well, no more espionage needed for now, so. Hey, Manphilia. What's up? Welcome back, Leon. I understand that Alphino had a task for you. May I ask what it was? Yeah. Charges of treason and espionage against Eileen Royal? I think it's just Ryle. I keep saying it wrong. I can scarce believe it. Could there not have been some manner of misunderstanding? Nope. No, it avails us not to dwell on it. Whatever the truth may be, we must trust the authorities to uncover it. Trust to the authorities to uncover it. Let us speak of another matter. I am pleased to report that we have made progress in our efforts to find a way into Iceheart's sanctum. Excellent. A simple plan. As you may recall, Iceheart used the Aetheryte in the depths of Snowcloak to teleport a short distance to the west. Most likely to a sanctuary of some description. It is there that we suspect she means to summon Shiva using the crystal she stole from the House Fort Tomb. Caravan, excuse me. The heretics believe that they are bringing about the second coming of their patron saint. But if, as we suspect, they mean to hold a summoning ritual of the kind employed by the beast tribes, it seems likely that the result will be something more akin to a primal. Suffice it to say, they must be stopped, and stop them we shall. But first, we must surmount the obstacle that Iceheart has placed in our path. Ordinarily, it would be a simple matter to tap into the established Ethernet and thereby follow our quarry. However, despite our best efforts, we have been unable to ascertain the position of the Aetheryte to which she teleported. Our prevailing theory is that she destroyed the second Aetheryte upon arrival. A reckless, desperate measure, but also an effective one. After discussing the matter at length with Urianger, we have concluded that we lack the expertise to develop a solution. Which is why we have called upon the aid of one who does possess such expertise. A colleague of ours who is currently en route to Revenant's Toll from Sharlayan. She should be arriving within the hour, in fact. How far away is Sharlayan? Must be, if it's not in Eorzean, I'm guessing she's already been en route for a while, but she's close to arriving now. Since you are here, mayhap we could welcome her together. I am certain she would appreciate the gesture. Let us make our way to the northern gates and await her coming. Okay, after you. Wait for the carriage outside Remnant's Toll. The hell are you guys talking about? Tancred, are you flirting with both of them now? At the same time? The arrival of a newcomer has ever been cause for celebration, doubly so when she's an attractive young lady. A bard could wish for no better audience. Mayhap I shall regale her with the tale of our battle against Leviathan's thralls. How I soared over my opponent's axe and brought him low with my blades. Are you talking about the person that's about to show up? It's a she? Manphilia might have revealed that and I wasn't paying attention. A rousing tale of a comrade's valor. Truly, we are fortunate to count Lady Yugiri a friend. Yeah. If it wasn't for her, I wouldn't be a ninja. Thanks to her imparting that knowledge, with the rogues and all that. Thancred's tales of Lady Yugiri almost beggar belief. My heart is fair fit to burst from admiration. Yeah, and you came here with her too. What the fuck are you guys doing? I can't wait until she gets here. We have so much to talk about. Alright, you're all from Sharlayan except me, so you already know her. Hoo, ha, rah! I cannot go on much longer. Come on, man. Don't let her beat you at squats. Go, go, go! So you can get the wig or whatever, like an FF7. It's a battle of whales. It's not how it goes, but I think they're echoing that a little bit. A struggle for supremacy. Our fighting styles may differ, but this unyielding spirit is the same in warriors the world over. So, some song that plays in that movie, Rocky. I must admit, this exercise of yours never fails to amuse me. While its movements appear comical, it does seem to be having the desired effect. Yeah, your legs are gonna burn from that. Strength, Hori! On your honor as a scion, I forbid you to surrender. Alright, you guys have fun. What are you guys talking about? Oh, shit! But Taro's juggling! A beer bottle, a hatchet, and a knife. Damn, look at her go. Steady, steady. Not bad, eh? With a little more practice, I could earn a fortune at the Ruby Road Exchange. I dare say you could. Master Louis Swat did think quite highly of her. On the other hand, so does Ida. So that lowers... Oh, man. Only those with proven expertise receive the mark, as our newcomer has. Pay no heed to her manner. Not even talking about the juggling. It takes up a little time, but it's kind of fun to check in on everybody while you're doing this, when you come through here. Alright, Boobphilia, what's up? What manner of woman is she? What manner of woman is she, I wonder? We have spoken before via Link Pearl, of course, but it is not the same. Yeah, you're not from Charlene like everybody else, are you? Like the other Scions. You're like me. You're from here. Isn't she? I don't know, I've gotten her lore mixed up. Yeah, her father was a miner? Talked about it with Lamin, but I can't remember now.
Minfilia, am I right?
None other. I bid you welcome to Revenant's Toll, and thank you for traveling so far on such short notice.
As if I could ever say no to Urianger.
Moonbreeder is an accomplished Sharlayan scholar, and an authority on aetheryte technologies. She has played an invaluable role in our search for a means to capture Ascian souls.
Charmed, I'm sure.
To meet you. Interesting. For an outpost in an ether-rich wasteland, this place is a good deal livelier than I expected. Just goes to show that you never know until you know. Let us return to the Rising Stones at once, then. We have much to discuss. After you, ladies. I'll be right behind you. A man's favorite position when traveling with female companions. Taking up the rear end. The fuck was that? Not the sound, this is because... Oh, okay. Wait, am I... Oh, I'm online. Okay. Just making sure. Alright, good. The Rising Stones. Yeah, actually, thinking about it now, I'm starting to realize, I think, why. The secret reason for chivalry. Holding the door open for a woman? How convenient that when you do that, she goes first. And then where's the guy standing? Behind her. Great opportunity for a view. I'm starting to see what chivalry really was for. Why it was really invented. See? Yeah, think about it. Why didn't they come up with that? Oh, hey, Livy! Perfect time for you to walk in. No, seriously, it made me think about it. I was like, wait, how convenient that a guy always, chivalry is dead. Yeah, it is now, but it might come back after people just heard what I said. They might be like, wait a minute, this man is on to something. I'm gonna go back to holding doors open for women so I can see them from behind. And then it'll come back with a very perverse, undertone. But no, seriously, I'm really thinking about it now. I'm like, what if that's the real reason? What if that's the real reason it was invented in the first place? Those conniving bastards, our ancestors, were just like, We can check them out without them knowing if we let them go first. Assholes. Anyway, how are you, Lovey? Hope everything's good. And how have you been, Crimson? I assume you kind of dip in and out of here. I'm not really sure if you constantly have the stream on or not and just choose to talk sometimes or not, but I hope you're both doing well. I'm still going to be streaming for about another hour, and that's about it, though. Dipping in and out? Okay. Or actually, I don't even know what I said. Kind of just flowing? Hope y'all have enjoyed the new content that came out with 6.1. Is that Tube Samadhi on the wall back there? I'm amazed you managed to find all the pieces after... well, you know. Yeah, I don't know the story behind that. How the fuck did they actually find all the pieces of this staff after Louis Suave, you know... It broke when he was using it to shield us from Bahamut in the Battle of Cartana, and he teleported us to safety. Who the fuck found all the pieces in that mess afterwards? Damn. You finished the new extreme trial, but no mount dropped, and no good rolls. That sucks.
Moon! Gods, it's been ages!
Oh, longer, sister.
There's a new Unreal? Wow.
A joyous reunion indeed.
Well, of course it is. Moon and I are like twin sisters.
Save in appearance and aptitude.
Got her. Damn, Papalimo, you're fucking savage with Ida. He doesn't give her a break.
Everyone, if I could have your attention. We have with us an esteemed guest who has come from Sharlayan to assist us. I bid Moonbreeder join us here that she might share with us her extensive knowledge of Aetherites. Also, as many of you are already aware, she has been overseeing our research into white auracite, a sample of which she has been good enough to bring with her.
Well, I had to come, didn't I? You'd have to be bloody daft to turn your nose up at a chance like this. Where better to conduct my final tests than a land so steeped in ether you can taste it?
'Tis plain the passage of the years hath done little to dampen thy youthful spirits.
Damn, it's like one big family reunion.
And nothing at all to reform thy youthful manner.
Oh, shit!
Oriange, where in the hells have you been hiding?
Unhand me.
Oh, shit! He's pretty strong.
I come all this way, and that's what you have to say to me. I much preferred when you were pleading with me to drop everything and hurry to your side. What was it you said? None save thee can satisfy this need.
Oh!
Go on.
See? Go on!
Thine artless attempts to misrepresent mine all too innocent motives do thee little credit.
Get it, Oriange!
Mine intent, as well thou knowest, was but to impress upon thee the gravity of the circumstance. Lest thou doubt, a deiform entity shall shortly be summoned, save if thou and no other grantest my compeers thine aid.
You still haven't found it then, your missing Aetherite?
We have not. No.
Damn, it got dark and serious again all of a sudden.
We know that Iceheart teleported to an Aetherite not far from the first. Yet even after careful analysis, we could not locate the second beacon. We now suspect that the heretics destroyed the second Aetherite to impede our pursuit. Our allies continue to scour Snowcloak for Iceheart's sanctuary, but we have no guarantee that they will find it. Yet it must be found, for even now Iceheart prepares to call upon Saint Shiva.
I'm sorry, but if the Aetheryte's been destroyed, then that's that. Although, you're absolutely sure she used the first Aetherite, are you? She didn't just use teleportation magics?
One of our own bore witness to her escape. I can say with absolute certainty that Iceheart used the Aetherite.
Affirmative.
In that case, there might be a way, so long as the ethereal current is still flowing.
Truly? How?
Her face.
We use the current to recreate the beacon. As you know, Aetherites are a bit like lighthouses. We use them to reconstitute our physical forms when crossing the ethereal sea. Without them, we'd lose all sense of direction and our essence would dissipate. However, we don't rely solely on these beacons. There are currents of ether which flow between them, currents which help guide us to our destination. Now, these currents will gradually dwindle away to nothing if an Aetherite is destroyed. But if even a sluggish flow remains, we could theoretically use it to direct a surge of concentrated ether towards the void left by the beacon, and thereby fill it up again.
Like opening the floodgates to fill a dry riverbed. Though, correct me if I'm wrong, but would we not need a veritable reservoir of ether?
In concert, we might manage to channel a sufficient volume, yet that is not my chief concern. To direct the flow of so great a volume of ether with the requisite precision would be a nigh impossible task in itself.
I barely succeeded in facilitating travel to an unattuned beacon. That which you describe sounds considerably more difficult.
That's true.
And dangerous. Every person who has attempted to teleport in this fashion has died in the process. They, however, did not have white aura sight at their disposal.
Jesus.
I can use it to channel all the ether you can give me into the Aetherite. However, white aura sight cannot retain ether for an extended period of time, so we would need to infuse it immediately beforehand. Just so you know, I'd confidently give this plan better than even odds of success. And if the worst comes to worst, your people won't suffer.
That's comforting. We'll die painlessly.
Though it risk the lives of our best and brightest, we have not the time to seek other options. If the ethereal current still flows, we shall carry out Moonbreeder's plan.
That's the spirit. Let's roll the dice.
Oh, that was a lengthy cutscene. Let me see what you guys wrote. So oh yeah, so Levy, you said you're gonna try the new Unreal tomorrow. And then I think I asked like, oh, there's a new Unreal. Crimson, you said, I've just seen Enraged 5 times on the new Endwalker fight. You mean like the Extreme trial, I'm guessing? New Unreal is Ultima. Oh, the classic Ultima weapon. They made it, also known as it slaps you harder. Yeah, you know, my brother said that Unreals are basically old trials that have been sort of modified to fit with current item level, your current gear, like that. 580 or whatever in this case, right? That's what it's supposed to be? It doesn't, but does it change the mechanics too, or is it basically the same fight but just at the same item level? Almost like if you were doing it synced. That's what I don't know about Unreals. Excuse me. The instruments of our deliverance. Oh shit! I have already informed Alfino of our plan to recreate the beacon. Sorry, you guys might not have heard it because of my voice or noise suppressor. I kind of bumped my desk a little bit, but it like made a pretty loud sound. Same fight, everything hurts more, but it's up to max level. Okay, so it is pretty simple. So unlike doing it synced, you can use all your latest moves at least. Like level 90 shit. Whereas if you do it synced, you're down to whatever, like level 50 or something, if it's an ultra. In this case it is. That's kind of cool. So you can fight it as if it was synced, but while using current expansion abilities, I guess. Yeah. I have already informed Alphino of our plan to recreate the beacon in the manner Moonbrita described. He agreed that despite the inherent danger, it represents our only hope of success. He also said that he wished to meet with you at Snowcloak before proceeding. I expect you will find them waiting for you there when you arrive. I want you to know that I appreciate everything you have done on our behalf, Leon, and that I have faith you will return to us, as you always have. Roger that. Moonbrilliant... I was about to say those two words together. Moonbrilliant, huh? Moonbrita is a brilliant and dedicated scholar. I would not have endorsed her plan were it not so. Alright. You know, I have yet to try this. Now's the perfect opportunity. I want to see if you can actually change glamour plates or not. At lesser settlements. Did they implement that yet? Oh! It actually works! Oh, shit! Do I have to be near the Aetheryte, or can I do it outside, too? Like over here. Pause, champ. Just wait. Well, let's try it. I think I can do it mid-flight. Oh! There's my answer. Yeah. Anywhere with a moon icon. So it has to be somewhere, usually with an Aetheryte, yeah. A sanctuary, basically, where you're getting that rested, oh, your character's resting, so you start filling up that blue bar at the EXP bar over there. Or your EXP bar starts getting that bonus as you rest, yada yada. So, sanctuary, let's just call it that. I'm sure there's exceptions though, aren't there? Didn't they say there was going to be a few places where you still couldn't? Or maybe I'm wrong, I don't know. Alright, what's up, y'all? Trust in the power of White Auracite, Leon. And in me, of course. Yeah, I only just met you, but sure. What could go wrong, right? Good to see you, Leon. I was starting to wonder if you were having second thoughts. Captain Ilbert sends his regards, by the way. He attends to the interrogation of Aline Ryle and Ulda even as we speak. Good to know, good to hear, good to hear. But I shall not distract you from the matter at hand. We can discuss the Ivy upon your return. I trust that, by which I mean to say... the others are waiting for us at the Aetheryte. After you, Scion. The fuck was that? Were you gonna say something? You backed out? Don't become shady with me, Alfie. We're meant to be bros at this point, man. There, it's ready. Huh, it worked. I think. Try attuning to the Aetheryte now. Feel for the current and try to locate the beacon. Roger that. We have done all we can, Leon. For now, let us withdraw. When your final preparations are complete, you must seek out the beacon we have created. If by the grace of the 12 you arrive safely, you must stop Iceheart before she summons Shiva. Count on me. We cannot ignore the possibility that our actions have alerted Iceheart to our plans. Should that be the case, she may attempt to hasten the completion of the summoning ritual. And if she succeeds, you will have little choice but to face Shiva in battle. Knowing little of this saint, I cannot say if your own strength will suffice, and so I would encourage you to call upon your allies. Some may have reservations about wagering their lives on the success of Moonbreeda's experiments, but others will surely agree that desperate times call for desperate measures. Ah, before you assemble your party, pray speak with that knight. I believe he had a message, or has a message for you from Sir... Right. Really? What's up, buddy? Sir. Sir Amek regrets that he could not be here in person and asks that I read to you this letter. Ahem. Ishgard faces an unprecedented threat, yet in our hour of need it is not her knights who stand poised to defend her. Leon Starcrest, the warrior of light, savior of Eorzea, your deeds this day shall not be forgotten. Where others would flee, you choose to remain. Where others would falter, you rise to the challenge. Where others would use their gifts for selfish ends, you wield yours in service to a greater cause. May Halone bless you with good fortune and see you safely home. Okay, that's it then. Wait. There it is. The Aka Afa Amphitheater. For as long as their nation has warred with Travania, there have been Ishgardians who instead chose to ally themselves with the dragons. Shiva is said to have been among the first, hence why the heretics revere her as a saint. That Iceheart and her followers intend to summon Shiva with the crystals they have stolen is plain. But is this unprecedented act even possible? If so, then Ishgard, if not the entire realm, is in grave danger. Like it always is when there's a primal threat, right? Alright, let's get in there. Hey. Surprise, motherfucker. Remember me?
You should never have come here, warrior of light. I labor only to forge a lasting peace. A peace you would deny us out of ignorance and blind faith. No matter. If it is our fate to be at odds, then it is mine to strike you down. We whom gods and men have forsaken shall be the instruments of our own deliverance. Partake of my flesh. Fill this vessel with your light. Walk amongst your brothers and sisters once more. Oh, Saint Shiva, still the hatred within our hearts and bless us with eternal grace.
She puts Garuda to shame, I gotta say. She's got quite the assets on her. Alright then, let's do this. Oh good, I turned it off. Alright, we're ready. Bring it on. Wait, wrong button. Those who have taken up the sword shall perish by the sword. Anything else? I made the mistake of killing Ultros and Typhon too fast. Embrace the serenity, renounce the hatreds that consume you. Oh! And scatter them like dust in the wind. You like that shit? Forgive them, my beloved. Those were her last words. Mid backflip. That was straight out. That was almost straight out of the Matrix movie or something. Also, holy shit, this place is pretty. The Aurora Borealis. Fucking magnetic waves surrounding the planet, colliding with... What was it from the sun? Some kind of radiation from the sun, basically. Ah, if it wasn't for that magnetic shield around our planet, the sun would have killed us a long time ago. The more you know. Oh. No.
Fool. Blind, bloody fool. You, of all people, should understand the suffering war begets. That no sacrifice is too great if it brings an end to the violence. Mine is the righteous cause.
But that's what literally everyone says.
You fight in a war you do not understand. A pawn of liars and schemers. And they are no less ignorant than you, following the creed of their fathers without question, never thinking to ask why.
That's so true, isn't it?
Trapped in a delusion of their own creation, and blind to the truth.
That's how patriotism goes most of the time, yeah.
Warrior of light, redemption is not beyond us. We who walk before may lead those who walk after.
She said the lyrics.
Seek the keeper of the lake. See with eyes unclouded. Do not squander Mother's gift. Hear, feel, think.
And so the vessel withdraws, a predictable outcome. Nevertheless, La Habrea will be pleased. How unfortunate.
Well, that was educational. Same thing before. No, I remember what to say. That was character forming. By the 12, you're alive. I mean, of course you're alive. Why wouldn't you be? Come on. You had that little faith of in your own plan? You thought I was gonna die midstream? You know, halfway to the other Aetheryte or the other side or whatever. Iceheart did what? And you're certain about that? Are you? Dravanians are skilled with glamours after all. No, she really turned into a primal-like being, yeah. Look, if you say that's what you saw, I believe you. It's just that I've never heard of a primal being summoned like that before. I've never seen that either. Are you sure you're not injured? Head trauma has been known to cause hallucinations, you see. No? Fair enough, I was only asking. I think this is before the last Coils of Bahamut was revealed. Or released. This might be a little bit before that. Which is when we see another instance of a primal being summoned onto yourself, which Phoenix with Louisoix, which we saw that already. So they reveal that that's a thing here, and then Louisoix does it, and reveals that that happened way back during the Battle of Carteneau, but we didn't know. The road less traveled. If you ask me, there's not to be gained from mulling over the implications of your story in the freezing cold. Let's save it for the Rising Stones, eh? I'll get everyone to meet us there. I think this is we're coming up on the end of 2.4 now. Ah, but before that, you had best pay a visit to Whitebrim Front and speak with Alfino. He's probably worried sick about you. That, or he's busy playing at politics with the Ishgardians. Either way, I'm sure he'll be delighted to see you hale and healthy. Excuse me. Speaking of which, you don't have a headache or anything, do you? No? Blurred vision? Oh, no reason. See you again soon. Oh my god. That's how risky and experimental traveling from an Aetheryte to not an Aetheryte is? Jesus. They literally threw me to the wolves, or no, they threw me at the wall to see if I would stick. Just like with Leviathan. God damn these people. Well, well, what do we have here? This is interesting. You and me, let's go. See how this goes, huh? Alright. I can survive, but this is pointless. Look how slow it's going. I was wondering when other people would show up. Like, usually Discord servers tend to ping this kind of thing, but there was no one here when it popped. I just happened to be in the area, so I started fighting him, because I was like, fuck it, let's see how soloing him goes. Do you know what server I'm on, Crimson? Shit. I think I'm on, Curl. It's on Curl, so... Well, I'm pretty much dead soon. Oh! Jesus Christ. Phew. I took off my busy status, Crimson. If you didn't join the party and you want to invite me, go ahead. For those of you watching on YouTube, yes, this has nothing to do with the story. It was spontaneous. I saw Behemoth spawn in front of me, and I was like, fuck it. Why not? There was nobody else around either yet. So, I think it was a fresh spawn. Alright, well now that actually, you know, we have some backup. I was like, the only way I can save myself last minute is to let someone else take the aggro, so I turned off tank stance, but then we won, so... I was about to die. Joining a different party? P-chat! You guys can't see it, because I have my chat covered up on my screen, but... The yellow chat... Spontaneous shit like this happens in MMOs, what can I say? But I was gonna end the stream soon anyway, and I think we were gonna reach the end of 2.4, which was gonna be a fitting point to stop, so... One tank okay? I mean, I soloed the shit out of this. Before anyone even showed up earlier, I think we'll be fine, but... I know this second fight is harder though, so... You haven't seen this fate in years, Lemmy? It happened to spawn literally in front of me as I was leaving from the Shiva trial, too. Let's do a ready check then. That's most people. That's everybody. Alright, let's do this. You bastard. Oh fuck, I forgot to turn on my tank sense. I forget when you sink, it turns it off, so... Oh, you prick! I got a coating! Different party, but still. Oops. Got a little distracted. I haven't played Gunbreaker in a while, so... Here comes the big one! Oh! I got killed. You still remember doing this on PS3, Levy? That's amazing. Victory! Oh, I should have used that, maybe. A little tonic there. Oh, hey, that was fun. Oh, right, I did this. Hold on. My Chocobo didn't survive. Because when you have the aggro, he does tank attacks. Well, he does attacks towards whoever has aggro that are AoEs, those little claw swipes, so he was hitting Crispy Kernel constantly. But yeah. Well, hey, that was fun, right? What else? What other emotes do I have on this card? Oh, right. Toast. Funny how the meteor attack just leaves at 1 HP. I still died though, probably because... I don't know. As soon as the meteor hit, I just died. So he must have, like, done some other, like, small auto attack or something. Yeah. Right after. I fought him as a gunbreaker before, and that usually doesn't happen, but yeah. I can see why that happened. But yeah, when I looked, there was no one else there. And I even looked in the shouts and yells. Nobody was saying anything. So I think Behemoth had literally just spawned when I had just left the Shiva trial. And so I was like, fuck it. I'm going to solo it and see how long I can last. I didn't think I'd last as long as I did, but eventually I was going to die if you guys hadn't shown up. But yeah, that's that. Probably also because people, yeah. I still don't imagine Behemoth was there for very long because, oh, then again, we flew over. I don't know, maybe it was already there before I fought Shiva. I doubt it, but maybe it was. Because I flew right over that place. I didn't go through there. I flew like way in from up high and then went down. Yeah. Spawned after or during. Because I'm used to finding it when other people are already there. Like yelling and shouting, you know. But I was like, I'm the first one here. It was an opportunity to test myself soloing it, so I couldn't pass it. Spawned during the Shiva battle in cutscene. Nice. I beckoned it. You started it at 27 minutes and there's 30 minutes total on that fate. Oh, okay, yeah. We could just look back at the recording then, yeah. Okay, cool. How are the Discord servers set up, I wonder? To ping that thing? Like, does somebody have to manually find it and then do something on the Discord to tell people? Or is there some kind of tracker set up for the, like, that's connected to the servers or something? Like something players did. Fate tracker most likely with a bot. I have no idea how any of that works, but that's pretty cool. I turned off my Discord pings for Behemoth a long time ago because I got everything I wanted from it. So I was just, yeah, that was pure luck. Most people ignore it now since they want Shadowbringers and Endwalker rare fates instead. Yeah, I would imagine. Plus, out of... Really, Odin is the one that gives the rewards that I find the most appealing. The full set of armor for Odin and the sword. This one's kind of whatever, you know. I didn't have it on for very long. I was like, I don't really care about this stuff. When I looked at the prizes, you know. Some more people flying over. It's too late. It's too damn late. Oh. Oh, yeah. Gently pat Zell. Yeah, they got here a little late, I guess. Giggle Stick. I like the name. Well. Thanks for coming by. Saved my ass at the last minute, you know? I guess I'll go finish MSQ now and probably finish the stream, you know, shut off the stream soon too. What the fuck is that? Is that a mount from, the Near Raids? I didn't even know that was a thing. I've never seen anybody use that. That's amazing. Gold saucer after you finish the third one. Oh, wow. I had no idea. That's fucking cool. Nice. Alright, catch you later then. Where do I gotta go? Oh, Wyvern Front's not too far from here, actually. I can just fly straight here. Oh, there's no Aetheryte, so I gotta fly. Alright. See you later. This way. Good old Realm Reborn locations, yeah. Half the MSQ, nah, like a small percentage, but it's still kind of annoying. MSQ locations without an Aetheryte, it's like, you know? Anytime I get this place, or what's the other place that doesn't have an Aetheryte that I really wish? Oh, this place right here, Whiteburn Front, or Vesper Bay, the first thing that I feel when I see that I have to go there and there's no Aetheryte is just... That's what I feel. But yeah, at least we do have a map to look at now. You have to come here a lot because of a Realm Reborn relic. Yeah, it feels bad, man. Is it still considered the grindiest one? I've done 2 of them. The ninja one, which I've shown on stream now, the Sasuke blades, and this one, the Zodiac one. People say it's the grindiest one. Most time consuming? Okay. Yeah, because I've tried little bits and pieces of Eureka and Bozja, and I was like, this is boring as hell. But if people swear that it's shorter than this. The books. Honestly, Crimson, the books are the hardest part for me. That is the most boring. The last relic I did, I had to take it nice and slow. I was like, I'm doing 1 book a day. And I literally, that's all I did. Once I finished the books, the rest was like smooth sailing because I'd already bought the stuff I needed ahead of time. 3 books left for Dragoon. Nice. You're almost there. But yeah, I paced myself. I was like 1 book a day. That's enough. And yeah, every book literally took 1 to 2 hours. So, 4 more weapons. Are you going for all of them? But you stand here now as proof of your mission's success. Praise be to Halone. They're talking about Shiva, not Behemoth, guys. 'Tis customary to report to one's commanding officer after completing a mission. Oh, Alphinaus? Yeah, I'll talk to him in a sec. I'm talking to you guys first, though. I still remember the first time you entered these chambers. Suffice it to say, I never imagined that I would one day be so glad of your return. Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Bard, Ninja, Dragoon, Warrior, Paladin. Those are the ones you want? So you're not going for every single one, right? Let me probably turn this off. There we go. Nope, okay. That's reasonable. Just those 5 for Realm Reborn. Okay. Oh shit. Fuck. I forgot to... Okay, what did he say? I gotta go back now. Forgot I had auto scroll on. You got all your Heaven's Ward ones done. Dark Knight, Machinist, Astrology. Speaking of Dark Knight, hey Crimson, did you notice Leon here seems a little familiar? You can look in event log. I was there. I was doing the Dark Knight relic for Leon. And you showed up. And you were doing yours, but for a different class, I think. I can't remember what class you were there. You showed up at one of the NPCs on Spoiler Place that I can't say right now because of my stream. I was like, oh look, it's Crimson. You had no idea though. I was like, you had no idea I was right. It was me because you only knew me at that time on my other character, so I hadn't revealed yet that I was streaming. Yeah, something. You were a caster class of some kind. Levy's laughing because I told her about it. I was like, I just saw Crimson while I was doing... Yeah. I think Levy might still have the screenshot too. I was like, look who I found here. You just showed up. So... I was like, I'll reveal everything when I show that I'm streaming this game or whatever. And Crimson might recognize Leon here. Well, doing a mix of Dark and Astrologian during that time. Yeah, you were switching classes for some reason, so... I think I was on, like, the last step of the Dark Knight relic for Heaven's Ward. I know, that one's a humongous poetic... Tombstone of Poetic Sync, yeah, definitely. Let me see what Alfino said, because I totally missed it. There he is, and none the worse for wear. Was there ever any doubt that the Warrior of Light would succeed? I don't know, is there ever? Oh, shit, no, just delete this shit. There. I think I speak for us all when I say that I should like nothing more than to hear the stirring tale of your victory, if you would be so kind. The only thing I didn't have poetics for was Astrologian Crystals, Sand Phase. Oh god, you know what I don't like about that? You have to get the... I don't have a crafting class, I had to use a gatherer class, and it took a while just to max it out for this. Which I know I didn't have to, but I did anyway because of OCD. The scripts. We have to get the scripts to turn them in for those tokens to get the crystal sand or whatever the fuck it is. That was... oof, that was the roughest part for me. So I don't do crafting and gathering. I thought poetics only got you the umbrites though. I didn't know you could get crystal sands with poetics too. Damn, I did it the wrong way. Then we were too late to prevent the summoning. But not too late to prevent further loss of life. An outcome worthy of celebration. And one for which we have Leon to thank. Yes, you are right, of course, Sir Emmerich. We should be content with what we have accomplished. Grand Company seals for Umbrite? Yeah, but I'm mostly talking about the sands. The little, refined sands or whatever. I thought you could only do those with scripts. I, for one, could not have wished for a better outcome. Shiva is no longer a threat, and the heretics have been routed. Aye, there is a matter of Iceheart's escape, but she cannot run forever. Whether it takes days, weeks, moons, or even years, my knights will find her. Tell him, Emmerich. In the meantime, Lord Drillmont, is the caravan ready? The supplies that your men recovered have been prepared for transport in accordance with your wishes. Rest assured that my knights will see them safely to Revenant's Toll. Of that I have no doubt. I take it these are the self-same supplies the heretics stole from the House Fortom caravan? Less the crystals which comprise the bulk of the shipment, yes. Scarcely a fraction of that which was promised, but a meaningful contribution to your cause all the same. Ah, on an unrelated note, Leon, might I trouble you to accompany me to Camp Dragonhead at your earliest convenience? Up to you, sir. 'Tis not for my benefit. A certain lord was most distressed when he learned of your intent to risk life and limb to stop Iceheart. It took half a dozen knights to restrain him, I'm told. Oh, jeez, I wonder who it is. Oh, wait, I almost hit the wrong button on that one. Leon's like, oh my god. See, even Leon knows who it is. We know who it is. Good old Harshfont, who's got a big-ass heart-on for us. Men, give vent to their anxieties in myriad ways. Pray do not think less of him. No, that's cool, that's cool. I don't mind. It's flattering. Again, at least in this game, he's, well, in this version of the game, he's more subtle about it. He's not just, like, constantly being aggressively, you know, he's not just sexualizing you aggressively like in the Japanese version, right? Lusting hard after you. He's way more subtle about it in this one. If our business here is concluded, we should attend to Sir Emmerich in the Intercessory. Well, let's talk to this dude first. What were you thinking, Leon? Wagering your very being on a dubious theory which might allow you to enter Iceheart's lair? Knowing full well that she could have sufficient forewarning to complete her ritual to summon Shiva anyway? And then, engaging the abomination in mortal combat? Cue the music. I don't have it though. By the Fury, Leon! 'Tis the stuff of ballads! A battle for the ages! Would that I had been there to fight by your side! I don't think that's the only thing you want to do with me, but yeah. Yet here I was forced to wait, condemned to wonder at the fate of a dear friend for a veritable eternity. I would not wish such torture on my most hated enemy. But you are here now, and that is what truly matters. Let us move on. Sir Emmerich wished to have words with you and Master Alfino in private. He awaits us in the Intercessory. Pray go on ahead without me, Leon. Another matter requires my attention, but I shall join you anon. Okay, same thing. Good old harsh font. Hey, buddy. Greetings, sir. I shall show you in at once. Please. Gentlemen. I said gentlemen plural because that other player was there. Catboy, I think. Gunbreaker.
On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, allow me to express my deepest thanks. Never before have we been required to contend with a primal. Indeed, there were fears in some quarters that our knights might not be equal to the task. From what we have now learned of these beings, I can say with certainty that we would have lost a great many men had the Scions not intervened.
Then the argument for preemptive action should be self-evident. Perchance now you will reconsider my proposal that Ishgard move against Nautalon.
Oh, that's how you pronounce it.
Ere we first met, a similar proposal was tabled, but the Holy See decreed that we were to observe, and that military action should be taken only in self-defense. All things considered, it was not an unreasonable decision. Since the calamity, 2 vigils have fallen to the Horde, while Garuda has never shown any inclination to storm the gates of judgment.
That's true. Uh-oh, Alfino's not happy.
Which is why this unprecedented crisis and its resolution may prompt a change in policy. You who have faced these primals know well the threat they pose. Ishgard did not. Not until now. And there is naught like a brush with death to change a man's outlook.
I love it.
At the very least, this should silence any lingering objections to our arrangement with Revenant's Toll. The Holy See may even feel moved to grant us its formal endorsement.
So far as it is possible, the Scions shall be compensated for their service.
We should be grateful for any aid you can provide.
As a gesture of good faith, I shall withdraw my previous request. Your people are doubtless needed elsewhere.
That will not be necessary. We too have a vested interest in watching Dravania's movements.
I see. Once more, I must thank you.
Sir Emmerich, if I may, do you truly believe that Midgard-Zoma could return?
Do you see how there's... Well, I'll say it afterwards.
The heavens are a window unto truth, but those who interpret their movements are not infallible. I requested your involvement as a precautionary measure.
But of course, you sought an excuse to compensate us from the first, mindful of what would happen if Revenant's Toll were taken by your enemies. Ishgard is not wont to aid its neighbors, but that does not preclude it from manipulating them to serve its own interests.
What did you expect?
Choose your next words carefully.
Oh, shit! You heard, Dad? I know he means.
Do you know what sort of man becomes Lord Commander of the Temple Knights? One who comes from good stock. I did not. Yet here I am now. Why do you suppose that is? Because I swiftly learned to tell the difference between words, deeds, and beliefs. You are correct, Master Leveilleur. Ishgard desires to see Revenant's Toll flourish, as it would present a troublesome obstacle to our enemies from the south.
We are so glad to be of use to you.
Alfie's pissed!
As we are to you. Ours is a mutually beneficial arrangement, lest we forget, one born of necessity. The dragons grow more restless by the day, and the heretics harry us nigh without cease. We have contended with such troubles for centuries, but there are limits to even our endurance. Yet as a pauper is loath to part with his meager possessions, the leaders of Ishgard are not wont to render up their trust to outsiders. But with perseverance on our part, they may yet be made to see the light. Nevertheless, one must take care when walking the road less traveled.
Said the quest name.
Wise words, Sir Emmerich. I shall make a point to remember them. I must apologize for my earlier outburst. I hope it will not sour our good relations.
Not at all. You but spoke from the heart. I trust you understand that at times my duties may prevent me from meeting with you. On such occasions, my second-in-command will speak for me.
Lucia, at your service. Pray excuse our reticence. We are but wary of speaking too freely, lest our sentiments be made known to our enemies. Know that the Lord Commander and I are of one mind. For the sake of Ishgard, and of Eorzea at large, I pray our peoples can put aside their differences. Those who dwell in the past risk losing sight of their future.
Should aught befall one of our shipments, pray inform Lucia immediately. You may also relay to her any words you might have for me alone. Not being of Ishgardian birth, she owes no allegiance to any noble house, making her as near to incorruptible as one can find in my homeland. Suffice it to say, I trust her completely, and so may you. Which reminds me, Lord Orshafon, if you would be so kind.
Certainly.
In times such as these, trust is ever in short supply. Mayhap this will go some way to rectify the problem. The results of our investigation into the heretics' recent attacks, as well as our interrogation of the merchant you detained.
Sir Emmerich, I cannot thank you enough.
Think nothing of it. Ishgard may be many things, but it is no friend to Garlemald.
Did I not tell you to have faith, my friend?
Good old Harshfon looking out for us, right? Okay, so what I was gonna say earlier, when, as you said, Crimson, Dad, when when Alphino mentioned Midgard-Zormr, did you see the way he pronounced it? That's probably the way you're supposed to, right? Midgard-Zormr. Now, picture that with an accent, like, you know, like a Japanese accent to, like, some dude here in the States. Just hearing that, you can see how maybe they probably heard that and thought, I think you spell it Midgar Z-O-L-O-M. Hence, what I think is a misspelling on FF7's part for that giant snake that has the same name. But it's called Midgard-Zolom. If you say Midgard-Zormr with an accent, some guy might just be like, I think he said Midgard-Zolom. It's like, so that's honestly what I think why a lot of those mistranslations in the early FF games are. They just heard the name out loud and didn't realize, you know, they're like, I think you'll translate it by, you know, it sounded like a Z sound, so put Z-O-L-O-M. But it's actually S-O-M-R. So I'm pretty sure it's meant to be Midgard-Zormr. Zormr, sorry, but with an S in FF7. You used to say Midgard-Zormir earlier on by mistake. I've always just said Zormr like that, so not too different. But now I realize the S is supposed to be a Z sound thanks to Alphino in that cutscene. So I expect when the next part of FF7 Remake comes out, hopefully not in another goddamn year, hopefully they'll have the proper spelling for that giant snake in the pond in the marshlands, you know? Midgard-Zormr. Yeah, but again, the Z sound I think is how you say it, because I think that's why it's mistranslated and written the way it is in FF7 original, where they wrote it Midgard-Zolom. FF15 confirms too that it's meant to be this, the way it's spelled in this game. And it's actually a giant snake in the marshlands. Totally a callback to FF7. But we will be seeing that too, when I get to FF15 eventually. Eyes unclouded. It would seem we have much to discuss with our friends at the Rising Stones. If what you say is true, Iceheart's method of summoning Shiva defies all precedent. It necessitates a complete reappraisal of the primal threat and of our approach to combating it. Moreover, there are grave ramifications if word of this incident reaches Imperial ears. The Garlean Empire believes that primals are an insufferable menace, that their mere existence is a threat to this very star. As such, they deem any action taken against the beast tribes to be justified by default. Imagine then, if it became known that it was not only the beast tribes of Eorzea that could summon primals, but her civilized peoples as well. Any lingering objections to the Eorzean campaign would vanish overnight. Where before we had to contend with a single Imperial Legion, we could well find ourselves facing the combined might of all Garlemald. But I speak unadvisedly. Come, Leon. It is better that we continue this conversation in Mordona. Eyes unclouded. Let me check, because I wanted to see if we could actually reach the end of this patch before I... But I kind of have to stop streaming, like, very soon to go to bed. So, I'm checking those pictures you sent me with MSQ's, the list. Where are they? Why isn't it... I didn't delete them. Why are they not showing up then? There they are. They're in the Recent album, but they're not in the main folder. Wow. Yeah, that's job quest and other stuff. This one. Yeah, what quest is this? Where are we on? It should be 2.4. Eyes unclouded? Oh, okay, this is the third to last quest. Yeah. I have them here, but yeah, if you want to resend them, that's fine. Yeah, so we are at the end. Hopefully these last 3 quests don't have like an hour worth of dialogue. How long is the next patch? Just so I know. 2.5 is pretty short, but that's because 2.55 finishes it. And that'll actually be the end. Oh, shit, we're getting pretty close to Heavensward now. What? It's still gonna be like another hour of dialogue, you think? Maybe I shouldn't have dicked around with the behemoth. Oh well, that's MMOs for you folks. It can be very spontaneous. Things like that happen, you get sidetracked. You know how it goes. Still, it's not incredibly late. I don't mind going to sleep at like... Well, for me it's gonna be 12 AM soon. Any later than that, it's pushing it, but... So I still have a few minutes to spare.
Words cannot well express how glad I am to see you return to us hale and whole.
Alright, thanks Crimson. I appreciate it.
Needless to say, I am most eager to hear your account of that which occurred in Kurthus, assuming you're ready to speak of it.
See?
Excellent.
I nod for him now. I was like...
Summon the others at once.
My immersion! I'm just like so in character sometimes. I just nod before Leon does now. It's like, Jesus.
Iceheart used her own body as a vessel for a primal soul?
Master Louisoix's writings make no mention of such a possibility. Can we be certain this entity was a primal?
Again, this is before the last coil of Bahamut, to put it in context.
Certain as we can be that good King Mogulmog the 12th was a primal, I should think. Both were ostensibly summoned.
Let's not quibble over definitions. Of more concern is the implication that Iceheart retained her will, even after she was possessed. We are talking about a mortal, wielding the power of a primal.
It can't possibly be that easy, can it? There must be some sort of sacrifice required. Or maybe she's just special?
What qualities this woman possesseth, I know not. But full sure am I that she was groomed for this role. Few are privy to the secrets of summoning, and but a single party standeth to profit from their dissemination.
Well, I wouldn't presume to comment on how the lass came to know about summoning, but I will say that what she summoned was a primal. The readings were the same, or near as damn it. Strange as it all sounds, it's really no different from what you've faced before.
Then mayhap it is time that we re-examined our previous encounters.
Pack your things, Ida. We're going back to Gridania.
Yes, sir.
About Iceheart's final words to you. Hear, feel, think. Hydaelyn speaks to her as well. If Iceheart is blessed with the power of the Echo, she will doubtless have used it to further her goals. Or could it be that it was a revelation granted her by the Echo which first set her on this path? She did say that the Ishgardians were blind to the truth. Do you think she has knowledge of the origins of the Ishgardian-Dravanian War? It would do much to explain her unwavering conviction.
Did not the Lady Iceheart implore thee to seek the Keeper of the Lake? And did she not imply that in so doing thou wouldst come to see with eyes unclouded?
Midgard-Zoma was a king amongst kings who reigned for centuries on end. But he is dead and his wisdom lost to the ages. Unless the Ishgardians' fears are well-founded. It would seem we have yet another reason to stand watch over the Keeper of the Lake. For a mercy, we are well positioned to do so. Iceheart, Shiva, Ascians, and Midgard-Zoma. I shudder to think how they're all connected.
Hear, feel, think, mommy. Yeah. Hydaelyn. Mommy Hydaelyn. The ass on that crystal, right? See? She said it like 3 times. Midgard-Zormr. Say it with enough of an accent, it sounds like Midgard-Zolom. Totally why they misspelled that shit in FF7. The reason Ryle. I mean to scour the annals for knowledge of Midgard-Zormr. Given his great age, I dare say he appears in more than a few. Hmm? Do you hear that? A commotion outside. Would you see if aught is amiss? That was like me yesterday when I heard the cops drive by. I was like, the fuck? Outside my house. There seems to be some manner of commotion without. Pray see if aught is amiss. Alright, I'm on it. I'm gonna put on the bouncer bodyguard sunglasses. What's going on out here? You guys having some kind of heated discussion? You alright? Leon, 'tis well that you are on hand. We have a problem. Ryle has escaped. Ah, shit. It happened shortly after the Immortal Flames took her into custody. She had been placed in a dungeon cell ahead of her coming trial, but apparently the accommodation was not to her liking. The turnkey was found slain along with 2 guards. It is plain she received inside help. Citizens report seeing Ryle quitting the city via the Gate of Nald with a bloodied spear in her hand. She does wield a spear, yeah. She makes for Castrum Meridianum, I'm certain of it. With her fate in Eorzea as good as sealed, what recourse has she but to flee to her imperial masters? Even as we speak, Captain Ilbert and the First are hot upon Ryle's heels. Pray make haste to Camp Bluefog and join the hunt. Alright, Alfie, I'm on it. As if I was a bouncer talking into an earpiece. Ma'am, step away from the Imperial base. My thanks for coming, Scion. I have spoken with the soldiers here. They say that Ryle walked through the camp not a bell ago. Aye, she walked right through. You did not mishear. We have Raban's decision to keep the matter secret to thank for that. Bad for morale, he said. As a result, not a single flame in the garrison made any attempt to detain her. And so here we are. Ryle must not be allowed to reach Castrum Meridianum. Yeah, we don't want to have to charge in there again just to get her. The only reason it was possible the first time around was because most of their forces were distracted. There it is over there. You know, most of their forces were distracted with, well, actually, it's the cerulean processing plant. That's not it. It's way the fuck over there, actually. There it is. Castrum. From the other alliances and everything attacking their other bases. It's the only reason we were able to go into the Castrum and into the Praetorium after that. Operation Archon, it was. Yu Hase, you're here? Huh, was that really necessary? I had better be compensated for the additional exertion you caused me. Guy only thinks about money. Bilbert? What's up, dude? You gotta redo all the Realm Reborn dungeons that got changed? Westwind's fight is... oh shit. Is cool and sad now. Lahabred is also cool. Cool and sad now at the same time? That's interesting. I'm glad I got the original stuff done on stream before they changed everything. That was my goal. That's why I was rushing through everything. Or like, streaming a lot. Not rushing through everything, but just streaming a lot to make sure I could get it done for the 6.1 patch. This wretch was with Ryle. He threw himself at us that his mistress might escape. She didn't blink when we cut him down. Not even when he started screaming. No loyalty even to her own, the goddamned harpy. With me, Scion. We almost have her. Lead the way, Elbert. I got your back. You watch my front. Big ass spear, dude. Thing is intimidating. Well, here we go. I want Ryle alive. Kill the rest. For Eorzea! You will not take me so easily this time. Oh yeah? Wasn't counting on it. God damn it. Target this guy. Jesus. Eline the Razor. Enemy reinforcements! Look sharp, men! Show them no quarter! She's fucking pissed. What? I can't move! What's wrong, Gilbert? Oh shit, he's being molested by this fucking thing. Fools! You cannot stand against the Empire! Watch me. They have healers! Kill them first! Alright, Yu Hase, I'm on it. Line them up like billiard balls. Whenever I do AoEs with Dragoon, I always feel like I'm playing pool, man. Shit, more of them. Forgive us our lateness. Yuguri! The ninjas! We're in your debt. Holy shit, this is getting out of hand. The circle fetters those who wander within. Near the enemy to it. Alright, let me get their aggro first. That did it. Holy shit, that turned into a full-scale, like... That was all-out war! Jesus Christ! That shit got fucking heavy, dude. They really wanted to save her ass, didn't they? Bind her, and do it tight. Yes, sir. That was amazing. Good work, men. It's almost like the seed from FF8, the salute. She and her Imperial cronies pushed us close, but we were better. Behold, a respected officer of the Immortal Flames. People looked up to you as one of the Order's founding members, one of its pillars. It saddens me to see you fallen so low. What would you know of low? You, a spoiled little lordling who has never known any want. You got you. People such as you take wealth and birth for granted. You think it your God's given right to rule over others. You know not of our plight, the injustice that we lowbornish guardians must endure. To the noble lords and ladies, we are not people, but resources to be consumed. I did what I had to do to survive. Stealing, killing, even whoring myself. Damn. It's kind of winning me over here with that part, Jesus. It is no fault of mine if fools imagined me a paragon when I joined the Flames. To hear you tell it, no one would think you the only person ever to have suffered. Yeah, exactly. Ilberd would know, being from Alamigo, what she's been through. It's very similar. In case you have forgotten, Ravan himself was born into poverty, as was I. We lived hand to mouth with little more than the shirts on our backs. Hunger was our constant companion. Yet never did we bemoan our lot in life, nor did we begrudge others their fortunes. We accepted the hand that we had been dealt and played it to the best of our ability. You tell her, Dylan. Life was a battle, aye, but no matter what fate threw at us, we took it on the chin and came back for more. Everything we have, we fought for. How are we any different, then? It's true that we were both mercenaries of lowly birth. And 'tis true that we both had our fair share of struggles. But whereas I sold my sword, you, Marshal, you sold your comrades. If life has taught me one thing, it is that you never betray your own. I would sooner cut off my own arm than raise a hand against a friend. But enough talk. You will return to Ul'dah to face justice and the people whose trust you have dragged through the gutter. Damn. That's loyalty. He would sooner cut off his own arm. Well, you said it, Dylan. Oh. It's not the first time. I joined the Crystal Braves that I might strike a blow against the Empire. Those who cast their lot with Garlemald should expect no better treatment. Okay. Alphinaud? Not so much as a hint of remorse. 'Tis well that this sordid business is finally at an end. A friend's betrayal cuts deeper than steel. We must hope that we have chosen our own allies more wisely than Ravan chose his. Indeed. Wiser words?
I've heard. Truly bothersome business.
Have never been said, I was gonna say. Jesus.
No, I do not foresee a problem on that front. The main concern is Roban. There is no telling what the brute might do. Have the Blades watch him in the flames day and night. You may leave the Sultana to me. I shall personally attend her grace.
Damn. Speaking of loyalties.
Sever one of the East Aldenard trade routes. That ought to keep Lolorito occupied for a while. Nanamo Ulnamo. For my sake, pray be a good little Sultana to the last.
sounded ominous as fuck. Did we just hear something that alludes to some kind of assassination attempt? Well, that's what that sounded like. Like a fucking threat. Like Ryle, I once made my way as a mercenary, and like her, I did more than a few things I am not proud of. But never once did I betray my own. There are depths to which a man should not sink. Hell, Ilbert. Let us cling together. Captain Ilbert and I have a few questions for the Flame Marshal regarding the circumstances of her miraculous escape. When we have completed our interrogation, we shall take our findings directly to General Raban, and that shall be the end of it. Your work here is done, my friend. My thanks. Ah, but I have one last task for you. Return to the Rising Stones, and apprise Minfilia of all that has happened. It seems like that's all I ever do, isn't it? At the end of anything, I go tell Minfilia what's going on. It's like... But when does she actually get directly involved in any of this shit? Again. It's like... She's just there to constantly get reports from us of what we're doing. We're just constantly having to report back to her, but for what? She doesn't do anything. Not anymore, anyway. She was more useful during 1 through 50 MSQ of Realm Reborn, and even then, it was rare. She just tells you what to do and sits on her ass while jiggling... while jiggling her boobs? I mean, I'm sorry, but like, I was trying to give her a chance, but at this point, I'm starting to see it, man. I see why people complain about her. Like, holy shit. I am aware that the antecedent held Ryle in high regard. For better or worse, she will want to know how this tale ends. Minfilia, yeah. What did you say she was before? The icon poster girl? Yeah, the poster girl for the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Some hot, blonde, blue-eyed bombshell with, you know, the typical beauty standard trope, right? With what did you say? The tits and the ass window? Like her dress, the way it's open in the back, and she's got like a very revealing like leggings on. I think if I scroll up I can see what you said, actually, because you said it in this stream, I think. Can't remember. Okay, there was a lot said. Oh, there it is. The ass crack window. That's what you said. The ass crack window. Yeah. No, yeah, I was just wondering what words you used. Yeah, ass crack window. It's like, they were like, we gotta change her outfit to make her more appealing after 1.0. She was kind of just looked like she was in raggedy-ass clothing. I remember when I first started Realm Reborn, I compared her current outfit to the way she looked in 1.0, and I was like, you know, yeah, she's wearing more... There it is, the ass crack window, yeah. She's wearing more revealing clothing and all that, but at least they made it look somewhat like she's in a position of authority of some kind. Whereas in 1.0, she just looked like just some normal person, and she was in charge of everyone anyway. It's like, the fuck? She had nothing that really positioned her or symbolized her as a person of authority in that game. It was kind of weird. I forgot to take off my sunglasses, didn't I?
Welcome back, my
shit.
friend. I have already received word from Alphino. To think that Flame Marshal Huayu was the Garlean agent.
That's how you fucking say it?
Together with Robon, Aline lent us much needed aid at the time of our Order's founding. She was particularly passionate about the need to tackle the primal threat. When we discussed the subject, her eyes fairly shone with determination. Whatever else she may have been, I choose to believe that it was her true self with whom I spoke then.
Well, yeah, the Garleans want to kill the primals too, of
But
course.
now is not the time to dwell on such matters. I have an important announcement to make regarding our effort to defeat the Ascians. We shall begin as soon as everyone is assembled.
You wonder how Thancred's arms are doing once she got that once she got that outfit
My
changed.
thanks for coming, friends. Moonbreeder, the floor is yours.
By now, I'm sure you're all familiar with White Auracite, the miraculous material that will allow us to capture Ascian souls. Back at Snowcloak, we verified its ability to absorb vast amounts of ether. Alas, it leaves something to be desired in the area of stability. The stone can only store ether for a short while before expelling its contents.
In addition to Orosite's inherent limitations, we must needs be wary of our enemy's strength. Our foe draweth upon an infinite wellspring of power. Even should we succeed in entrapping him, the stone will not long contain his wrath.
Meaning that, if we want to kill the swine, we'll have to be quick about it.
'Tis our belief that an Ascian soul may be permanently undone, if smitten by a sufficiently concentrated burst of pure ether.
The only trouble is, we can't say for sure how concentrated the burst needs to be. Without knowing how much ether an Ascian soul is composed of, we're basically guessing.
Our sole clue lieth in thy struggle with La Habrea.
During that encounter, Hydaelyn bid you forge what she called a Blade of Light, a weapon which took the form of a luminous stream of energy. Based on your description, we believe the blade with which you vanquished your foe was composed of ether. Admittedly, your victory proved ephemeral, as La Habrea was able to use a crystal of darkness to flee into the space that lies between our world and the void. The fact remains, however, that Hydaelyn placed the means to destroy the Ascians in your hands. Be that as it may, it would be unwise to assume that she will do the same when we next encounter such a foe.
Quite so, my lady. We must needs find the means to forge our own blade of ether, one to equal that which Hydaelyn did benevolently bestow upon her champion.
That is all well and good, but it seems to me that producing such a blade will require a prodigious quantity of ether. Whence will it come, pray tell?
Oh, what if we had 2 pieces of white orosite? One to trap the Ascian, and the other to store the ether for the blade.
Oh, nice try. But it's as I said, the stone won't hold ether for any length of time. We'd still need to collect the stuff there and then, sorry to say.
And therein lies the rub. Finding a way to create the blade whenever and wherever we choose.
'Twould seem more research is in order.
I'm going to linger a while, perform a few more tests on the Orosite.
I hit the
And
books
I
again.
could do with some help. Urianger, why don't you lend me a hand?
Mine apologies, but I am required at the Waking Sands.
What's wrong, Urianger?
Lady Minfilia hath given me sole charge of the premises. 'Twould be unseemly to leave them unattended.
Are you afraid of Moonbreeder pulling you in for some...
Sole charge, you say? So you're basically alone there, then? Well, that settles it. I'll just have to come to you.
Damn! He dug himself into that one, didn't he?
While you were afield, word arrived from the Sharlayan motherland. You will recall that a survey party was dispatched to investigate the incident of the Isle of Val. What they discovered was troubling, to say the least. According to the report, the Isle has been erased from existence. 'Twas as if a hole had been torn in the very fabric of reality.
Aye, yet the mystery endeth not with the Isle's disappearance. It hath come to light that a number of scholars in various other locales were reported missing at a similar juncture.
You're 100% right about that, Crimson.
What's more, they all had something in common with the head of the students of Baldessian. Every last one of them was researching a phenomenon called dimensional compression, or the rejoining as the ancient texts call it. I'll be damned if that's a coincidence.
All indications suggest Ascian involvement. But I sense that a force greater still is at work. The entity the Dark Beings call the One True God. We must pray that my dear friend Kryl regains consciousness soon. If she bore witness to the Isle of Val's final moments, she may be able to shed some light on this mystery.
Yeah, I like how he tried to get out of it by saying, I'll just go back to the Waking Sands. And she's like, oh, if you're going to be all alone there, even better. I'll just go with you. It's like, oh my god. She's definitely looking for the D, man. Or at least trying to tease him and make it look that way, you know? But Urianger, it's great to see him that way, because you're used to seeing him so formal and just, you know... Yeah, Snooze exactly. You're used to seeing him so, like, formal and so composed and everything. It's great to see another character come in like that and make him... bring out that side of him. Like, make him all feel all bashful and awkward and... just make him kind of, feel off guard. Be taken off guard like that. It's good. Snoo. Yeah, she's the only reason why he's talkative. Well, they fucking...
Following the calamity, the forces of the 14th Imperial Legion entrenched themselves in strategic locations across Eorzea. So swiftly did they accomplish this, it was suspected that they had received help. To think that it came from Huayu, my right hand.
They all say it differently.
There is more. We have reason to believe that Huayu didn't deal exclusively with the 14th. She also answered to a higher authority in Garlemald. But this higher authority could not have been the Emperor. By consenting to the Meteor Project, Solus Zos Galvus showed himself to be more concerned about preventing the spread of primal influence than claiming Eorzea for the Empire. He would happily have seen the lot reduced to ash. We believe a number of high-ranking figures within the royal household were against the decision, but that they knew better than to oppose the Emperor openly. Of course, this didn't prevent them from making clandestine provisions, in which Huayu played a part.
Alas, these provisions did not prevent Dalamud from falling, and the ensuing chaos changed the face of the realm forever. Yet Eorzea survived. To all intents and purposes, the Meteor Project had failed, and the Empire was left to rue its lack of a decisive means to eliminate the Primals. Until, that is, it stumbled upon the Ultima weapon.
Even before the accursed thing was dug up, it seemed to me the 14th had the might to overwhelm our weakened armies. Yet they chose to hide behind their walls. Why?
The Black Wolf was wary of making the denizens of Eorzea desperate, lest more primals emerge to bleed the land. The discovery of the Ultima weapon, however, emboldened him to resume his war of conquest in earnest.
But there was one in Garlemald who believed that Van Belsar's actions were premature. One who stood higher in the Imperial Army's chain of command. He ordered the Legatus to halt his advance, only to find that the Black Wolf had slipped its leash, and that the 14th now acted alone. In a bid to bring Van Belsar to heel, he used the agent he had planted in Ul'dah prior to the calamity to undermine the Legion's efforts.
A man who outranks Van Belsar, yet opposed the late Emperor's decision to annihilate Eorzea. This could only be the former High Legatus of the Garlean army, now known as Emperor Varus Zos Galvus. So he was Huayu's true master.
But one of several in actual fact. We've learned that even as Huayu served the Empire's interests, she sold Imperial secrets to a certain faction in Eorzea. In so doing, she helped to maintain the status quo, thus prolonging the conflict. Considering who stands to profit from war, it isn't hard to imagine who her other masters were.
Seven hells! You mean to say that she was a double agent?
Triple, if you consider her services to Van Belsar and the new Emperor as separate.
As neatly as these pieces seem to fit, one aspect of the puzzle remains unclear to me. By whose will was the Marshal feeding intelligence to the heretics? And try as I might, I fail to see how aiding their cause would profit either her Imperial or monetarist masters. Could it be that another hand is at work here? If so, Huayu must be made to reveal whose it is.
Not only have I lost a trusted friend, now I must interrogate her as a stranger.
Not a pleasant task, I grant you, but a necessary one. Unless we weed out the ivy, root, stalk, and stem, it will simply grow back.
I know that full well. Those closest to Huayu have already been detained, and I will question them alongside her.
General, pray keep in mind that there may be unwitting abettors among them.
All will be treated fairly. On that you have my word. Those who are innocent have no cause to fear.
You have ever been a friend of truth, General. I hope the unpleasant task of weeding out falsehood will not detain you too long. Though it be for the sake of Eorzea, doubting one's comrades is poison to the soul. And with that, I take my leave.
Yeah, he's not wrong about that. Alright. Farewell, Arnold and Dylan. Oh, Dylan's going with Alfie now. Yeah, the R is apparently silent. It's Huayu.
All these years, I've been made to dance to their tune. How could you, Huayu? How could you side with them? Those cankers who take from this land and give naught in return, who use their power to disempower and grow fat while the people starve. I know you can hear me, monetarist scum. Your crimes will not go unpunished.
Oh, shit.
One day I will purge this land of your sickness before the eyes of the 12. I swear it.
I got chills during that roar right there when he was like, ah! But it was mostly because of the music, but still, holy shit, man. He's like, you capitalist scum! I'm gonna fucking destroy you! He's fucking pissed!
I shall have no further need of you this day. Your Grace.
And I bet they did hear him. Because they've shown us that they spy on those meetings before. Nanamo wasn't surprised.
I fear that not even mine own chambers shall remain private for long.
Has the situation grown so grim?
Ever since he proposed the Cartiner Reclamation Bill, Teleji Adeleji has risen to greater prominence upon the backs of impoverished refugees. The monetarists were ever united in their pursuit of profit, but the man's actions have torn a rift in their ranks. They snap at each other as rabid dogs. Yet now is not the time to be bickering among ourselves.
If this bickering is a threat to law and order, might you not have grounds to dissolve the Syndicate?
Would that the solution were so simple, Admiral. Alas, my moving to dissolve the Syndicate is certain to spark outrage among the influential merchant class, whom the Cabal represents.
They're eating some tasty-ass food.
To exacerbate the current unrest, and peace would slip still further away. Be they rich or poor, natives or refugees, all who reside in Ul'dah have a right to pursue happiness. It is the duty of a ruler to protect this right. If I am to perform my duty, I must needs tread warily. It would not do to make enemies heedlessly. Were Lord Lolorito here, he would doubtless say that I have my head in the clouds.
A ruler is required to take a wide view. Try as we might to cater to all needs, some will inevitably be overlooked. As such, there shall ever be citizens who feel aggrieved. It cannot be helped. But as you have informed us, the monetarists take no view but their own. They hunger for power while the masses starve. In the absence of a common cause, it seems beyond any one individual to make Ul'dah whole.
And the presence of a Garlean agent within the Immortal Flames only makes matters worse. Even accounting for Uldah's historic reliance upon mercenaries, such a grievous breach of security is unprecedented. I fear this business will provide the monetarists with a rod to beat Rauban.
She's not wrong about that. That's actually, yeah.
Eorzea can ill afford for the Immortal Flames to be dampened now. Ere long, the Garleans will turn their ravenous gaze toward our lands once more. If we are to resist their might, our nations must stand together. Yet for this to happen, our nations must be whole. Cannot be done to improve the situation in Ul'dah.
The true wealth of Ul'dah lies in the health, happiness, and hopes of her citizens. Alas, the citizens shall never know these things, so long as their lives are ruled by the ambitions of the few. The monetarists claim to represent the best interests of the people, but in sooth they desire only to manipulate them for their own selfish ends. For the government to serve the people, it must be formed of the people. For
Shouldn't be obvious, but yeah.
Forward, it is not only the Syndicate that must be dissolved.
Nay, you jest.
When it sunk in, she was like...
My friends, it was for no other reason than to make known to you mine intent that I requested your presence here. When I make my declaration to the people, chaos shall inevitably ensue. As the last monarch in the line of Ul, I make unto you this request. Help Rauban to preserve order and protect the people. Forsake them, and you forsake yourselves. For a strong Eorzea will ever have need of a strong Ul'dah.
Your Grace, are you certain of this?
There is no other way. When the time is ripe, the nation shall become a true republic. Both royalists and monetarists shall cease to be. Ul'dah will no longer belong to kings or queens or merchant princes, but to her people. Rauban, forgive me for casting aside all that you have toiled for in my name. Beyond this gesture, I am powerless to help my subjects.
Again, I want some of those pastries right there, man. They're eating some delicious food. There. Holy shit. That was the finale for that chapter, yeah. For patch 2.4. The next one is the last one. It begins with good intentions. It always does, doesn't it? But, yeah. So that's it. That's it. They thought, dude, there was so much. And because I didn't want to interrupt the scenes, I forgot half the shit I wanted to comment on, too. Not only the freshest thing on my mind, which is the last thing they talk about, is what I got. Say something like the talk with Minfilia before it switched to Rauban and Alphinaud and, you know, before it switched to Alphinaud with Arnold Schwarzenegger and Dylan. There was something I wanted to comment on, but it's gone now. But something they said stuck with me, mostly what Rauban did at the end. He basically declared war on the monetarists. And like I said, we know they constantly listen in on whatever happens in that room. We already kind of caught them before when somebody was kind of sloppy and ran off and we heard their footsteps. So it's like, he knew they were actually listening. He's bold enough to say, fuck you guys. And then that combined with what they just talked about in that little meeting, Nanamo and the other two, I had the feeling, I can't remember the first time around what I was feeling around this time, but right now, comparing what we just saw to everything that's happened before this, both MSQ and side quest content, right now I got the feeling of, okay, now the story's really starting to ramp up. Like, now it's hooking me again, you know? Even though it's my second playthrough, it's like it's hooking me again to the point where I'm like, shit. I like, you know, things are starting to actually happen, you know? It's like, after A Realm Reborn's ending, where you fight Gaius and everything, things really slow down, and there are a lot of main scenario quests that just feel like filler, or the plot is just moving very, very slow, like at a snail's pace. And ever since 2.4 started, that's when you know, it feels like it starts to ramp up to something. I think that happens with every, well, no. Specifically, I was gonna say with every expansion, the last 2 patches before the next expansion comes out tend to be to set up that one. And then the other 3 expansions before that are just kind of, you know, with the exception of Endwalker, of course, that one they said from the start. When you finish Endwalker, 6.0, it wraps up the story. And 6.1 onwards starts to set up the new story. That's the exception. But all other exceptions before that, or all other expansions before that, basically they don't really truly wrap up until like the 3rd patch after the initial expansion comes out. And then the last 2 patches, Point 4 and Point 5, before the next expansion, is when they kind of set up the next one. Which is, I think, why this one's starting to feel that way. That's, yeah. Honestly, I think that's what it is. Once we got to 2.4, and now we're gonna start 2.5 tomorrow, the story feels like it's wrapping up because they're trying to build up hype for the next expansion, which is Heavensward. And I think that's why before that the story was kind of slow, from 2.1, 2, and 3. And even the level 1 through 50, the initial Realm Reborn, had a lot of fucking filler in it. The Company of Heroes, God, I'm never gonna forget that. That was awful. The stuff with the Company of Heroes just to fight Titan. I want to shoot those guys, I swear. And the game is self-aware of it, too. The whole time they're teasing you about that. They're just like, you're bored, aren't you? You're bored. You probably think this is pointless, yeah? Like, it almost breaks the fourth wall. It's comical. They know how much you probably hate it at that point. And then, yeah, then there's those last-minute filler quests before you actually go to the Castrum and Praetorium. But, yeah, I feel like I like where the story's going, and I'm getting hooked back into it again. That's pretty cool. I like where this is going. And, oh yeah, what Nanamo said. I really like her, even my first time through, I like what she said there, that she's actually planning to try to make some kind of actual egalitarian society out of Ul'dah and not have, you know, the Royalists and Moneteris like herself and the Syndicate, basically. So that people can actually own Ul'dah as equals. She wants to make an announcement, but she didn't talk about the logistics of how she would go about doing that, though. If you just suddenly announce something that suddenly, though, like, she even knows. She said chaos will ensue. It's like, if you want to give Ul'dah back to the people, okay, that's, yeah, I'm 100% on board with that, of course. But how are you going to do it in a way that doesn't cause, you know, like, changes that big can't be done so suddenly. You know what I mean? It's like, it's something that has to be implemented methodically, with precision. You can't just suddenly be like, fuck it, you know, and just do that, because then it causes chaos. Like, even she knows that's going to happen, but still, the intention, though. Her intention there. Good intentions. Of course, I 100% support that, yeah. Those people, no one anywhere should be oppressed by the wealthy elite few, and monarchs especially, too. People who were just appointed there out of faith, religious beliefs from our ancestors, outdated beliefs, essentially. And just be made to have to suffer and be stepped on by others like that. Of course, you guys know me. I'm 100% on board with that. And with Raubahn, who's now declaring war on the Moneteris because he realized that Waiyu, I guess is her name, was working for them, Belsar, and now Varys. That's the other thing I want to talk about. Which goes back to their meeting, not with Minfilia, not whatever we talked about with Minfilia. I kind of forgot that. Oh, I actually just remembered. Okay, the thing with Minfilia was they mentioned Moonbreeder was still here. She mentioned something about the rejoining. Dimensional compression. They said they were, that the scholars were obsessed over this talk of dimensional compression. I don't know if she's talking about the scholars back in Sharlayan, where before she left, they were just constantly focusing on researching this whole idea of dimensional compression that they call a rejoining, and that's it. But that's like the second or third time we've heard that. This rejoining business, I mean. Anyway, back to, you know, Arnie and Dylan. What they were saying about, oh fuck, did I lose it because I went back to that? Shit! Yeah, I think I did. Fuck. Okay. Well, 2 out of 3. 2 out of the 3 things I wanted to comment on. I can't remember the last one now. But yeah. Ah, that annoys me. I totally forgot it. It's rewind time. No. If I go back in my stream, I might be able to remember based on what I was saying just now, but I might not. Still trying. Give me a sec. Okay, I remembered. I just had to, you know, take a deep breath and I remembered. Varys Zosgalvis, the guy who just became Garlemald's new leader, or whatever. Yeah, because I was talking about Huayu. Yeah, luckily I'll be long done with Heaven's Word before that happens. Huayu worked for Belsar, Varys, and the Monetarus. Varys, they essentially revealed in that meeting with Alfino, Raban, and what's his name? I'll just call him Dylan. Ilberd, sorry. Dylan! They essentially revealed that Varys was behind our victory. Because, yeah, if Huayu was working for Garlemald, and Van Belsar directly, and only him, he would have known exactly what the Eorzean Alliance was plotting with Operation Archon, and our plan would have failed. Our plan to destroy Ultima Weapon would have failed. But it was because Gaius was working on his own and disobeying his superior, which was Varys Zosgalvis, the guy who is now the king of Garlemald, who wasn't at that time. But because he obeyed him, Crimson, because, you know, he disobeyed him and acted on his own, and Huayu was more loyal to Varys, Varys was like, help the Eorzean Alliance sabotage, you know, Gaius' plan, because fuck him, he's not listening to our orders, he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, he's trying to take over Eorzea without our consent, using the Ultima Weapon or whatever, and that's not what we told him to do. And that's pretty much the only reason we were successful with Operation Archon in defeating Gaius, Ritatin at Cape Westwind, and Livia at Castrum Meridianum. It's because of that. Which kind of sucks when you think about it. It's like they just revealed that the only reason we won was because of her. The chick we just detained and arrested. Huayu. It was, well, not directly because of her, but just because she didn't tell Gaius Van Belsar what was happening because she was more loyal to Varys. Yeah. So it's like, I guess the part that sucks is that it's Varys, the new emperor of Garlemald, was secretly supporting us through Huayu and defeating Gaius Van Belsar. So a lot of internal struggle with Garlemald, huh? A lot of internal strife. It's like first that, then the emperor dies right after Gaius is defeated, and an internal war of succession happens in Garlemald. They start fighting amongst themselves to see who's going to be the next king. Now that's over. Varys is the new emperor. And, you know, it's going to take him a while, but eventually he's going to unite Garlemald under him. And then they'll come after us again, basically. So our plan is to hopefully bring Ishgard back into the fold of the Eorzean Alliance so we can be stronger before Garlemald sets their sights on us again. Especially because we know they're going to, since Varys really wants to take this place over. He doesn't want to destroy it like his father did, or grandfather, whoever was the previous emperor. I don't know if they said it was his father or his grandfather, but he doesn't want to destroy it, but he wants to take it over just as much as Gaius does, or wanted to. So I guess that's our plan, is try to find a way to get Ishgard back into the fold before that happens, before Garlemald invades us again. And they'll have extra incentive to do so when they find out that we can summon primals and junction them onto ourselves, like Iceheart did with Shiva. So that's where things stand now. So like I said, things are ramping up and I'm excited. Pretty cool. Alright folks, I've rambled enough, and I've gone like 10 minutes of just rambling after that last scene. I'm gonna head, back to an inn and get the hell out of here. Whew. Sloppy. I had to say it once. Just had to make sure it was out of context. Avoiding spoilers and all that. Oh, right. Suspend. Just didn't lose durability, even though I died during the fight with Behemoth. I'll take it. What about this one? I guess it's only duties, like actual dungeons and trials, that lower your durability. Interesting. Whew. Well, anyway, like I said, folks, I'm out. As always, thank y'all for watching. Appreciate everyone who came by. Live, Crimson, Levy. See you both. Thank you for coming and chatting with me for a little bit. And Crimson, thanks for helping out with the Behemoth fate. That was pretty spontaneous. What else? Oh yeah, so, and of course, for those of you watching in the future on YouTube or Twitch, you know, looking at the VODs or the YouTube videos, as always, I appreciate the likes and subscribes and follows on both platforms, and please take care of yourselves. As I always say, take care of yourselves, take care of each other, stay safe out there, and until next time, please have a good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night, depending on where you are. Peace. Bye, everyone. Have a good one. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys on Discord. Dun, 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 dun.